So now it is down to the top 5 games for each of us. We're gonna go in the same order that we've been doing, and we're just gonna go 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. So Hunter, why don't you kick it off with your number 5 game of 2017?
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Also forgot to mention that's a fantastic name because for those who don't know, in other countries,
everyone knows.
It's called Biohazard and not Resident Evil, and in there it's called Biohazard 7 Resident Evil. Anyways, even like it not caring about the fucking like bringing back Resident Evil shit that I was talking about earlier, it's still like a fucking great game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very fun because I'm so tired. I didn't like them to begin with, like horror games where you just run. I don't like Outlast. I fucking hate Slenderman, that fucking quote unquote game.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, I can look at things. Cool. They're like, yo, here's a fucking handgun and a shotgun. Don't die. You know?
All right.
They give you the option to fight back or to run. I don't. That's what I want in a horror game. There are points in that game where I'm like, well, I don't have the option to run. There's a wall behind me and a goo dude in front of me. Gotta shoot him. I don't know. It's just a good horror game. We don't have a lot of those nowadays. So.
Yeah. It's kind of funny to see, like, when I first saw Resident Evil 7 go into first person, I was like, wow, are they really trying to just copy PT?
I thought it was I thought like this and
then Konami's like, yo, fuck PT.
And then like, okay, good thing Resident Evil 7's coming out.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny to see.
Was PT the whole time.
When we thought, in a time where we thought that Silent Hills was going to be like the ultimate horror game, and that got canceled, and Resident Evil was like, fucking hold my beer, and just took it over. And is one of the greatest.
I wouldn't say hold my beer because it wasn't really like a crazy route. It's a Resident Evil game. The weird thing about it is it's not even like a Resident Evil game that's like a main story. Have you played either one of you played or seen Resident Evil?
From what I've seen, I haven't seen any character connections to like Jill or anybody, but I'm sure there is. Yeah.
At the very end of the game. At the very end of the game, Chris Redfield, quote unquote, does not look anything like Chris Redfield, comes down and says, he's like, I'm Redfield.
Okay.
So that's
I was gonna play the game, but whatever, it's fine.
That's not a spoiler whatsoever, Nick.
Really?
He shows up at the end of the game doing something.
Man, I was gonna play Resident Evil 7 for the
it's
story.
Out of nowhere. But
no, I mean, whatever. Go on.
No, actually, you play Resident Evil games have good stories.
Yeah.
It's almost like a side story. It's not like it's an important thing, but it's not like the whole city's infected or something, or like the president's daughter's been stolen. It's like, no, you're in one contained house with this virus.
I like that a lot. I actually like the more you talk about it, the more I really want to pick up this game.
Dude, play it. We'll play it on stream. It's because I'll help you because there's a lot of shit in that game where you're not gonna find it first time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good horror game. That's all I'll say.
All right, Silvery, what's your number 5?
Oh boy, my number 5's not a game.
Okay. All right, yeah. I'm not gonna. God, go, get it over with.
Well, what do you think it is, Nick? That you want me to get it over with?
I think I know what it is, and I think I told him so.
What is it?
Is it the entire? I don't want to ruin it.
It's the entirety of the Nintendo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I actually thought it was gonna be an anime at first because you said
Magica. It's my favorite game of 20.
Because when you weren't here, Hunter, he asked me right before we started recording. He was like, "Can I make one of my top games in anime?" And I was like,
"Can I make one of my top games in anime from 2015?" Blood Blockade Battlefront. But anyway, the entirety of the Nintendo eShop. I actually wrote down a list of just everything I bought. Blaster Master Zero, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, Sonic Mania, the Jackbox Party Packs, shitload of Neo Geo games that nobody cares about except for Metal Slug 3.
Yep, that's one. That's the only one I have.
VVV, Shantae Half Genie Hero with the DLC, Uno and Monopoly. Mm-hmm. Stardew and Golf Story, which I haven't gotten to play yet, and Human Fall Flat, which I started playing, is actually really fun. And then it's like, all right, that's pretty good. And then on the 3DS, it didn't have much, but we got a Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, which was a pretty good free-to-start game. I really enjoyed that one. We got the end of the Epic Trilogy, Bye Bye Box Boy.
Yes.
Pokemon Gold and Silver as Virtual Console. We finally got fucking Apollo Justice on the eShop. I don't know what took them so long. And Nintendo Badge Arcade was updated throughout all of 2017.
Yeah.
Did Apollo get blown up or something?
Oh my god, okay.
What?
Spoilers, but
I actually don't know.
I actually really, I like that. I like that you put that on your list because
and
obviously,
if that doesn't count and you want one specific one for me, Blaster Master Zero.
all right. Actually, I am happy you did that because there are a lot of really great eShop games, and the eShop itself just was
Like Mutant
great
Bloods.
this year. A lot of indie games
No.
stuff specifically.
Mighty Gunvolt.
Oh my gosh, not Snake Pass. I'll tell you that much.
Flip Wars!
Snake Pass can
Wars!
kiss my snake ass.
Flip Wars is the
Alright.
best eShop game.
Alright, my number 5 is, I actually had trouble picking this one because it was kind of a tie between this and Cuphead, but I decided ultimately to go with Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle because, goddamn,
Wow.
that game was so much fun, and I put way more time into it than I would expect, and I'm gonna 100% it once the DLC comes out. I really, really enjoyed that game a lot. There's a couple of like technical things that could be cleaned up. Like sometimes character models just there's like a lot of like overworld glitches. Like sometimes like you'll see through
Yeah, like
stuff.
they put Yoshi in the game for some reason? I don't fucking...
No, but yeah, the game was great. It was
on.
a great like XCOM like game. It really got me more into that style of game. The game's movement, like the different stuff you can do in different turns, is crazy. There's actually like a good amount of difficulty, especially in the later world. Like I said, DLC comes out this month with a new character and a new world, and like they did good for the Rabbids. I was kind of a Rabbids fan. I liked the first game and the second game a lot, and Rabbids Go Home. But I understand if people are annoyed.
Can we have a discussion about Rabbids Go Home?
Maybe.
I didn't even know that was a game.
Okay, we're playing it for the Bone Zone.
Sure.
But yeah, like they toned down the Rabbids a lot. It was good, and I really actually enjoyed like Rabbid Luigi, Rabbid Peach, Rabbid Mario. I have the figures
Good
of them.
YouTuber.
But yeah, like that game was so much fun. I really loved it, and it was one of my biggest surprises of the year. Probably would have been if we didn't get leaks about the game. But now we're moving on to our number 4s. So Hunter, go ahead.
All right. So typically with this type of shit, I would never put a game on I have not beaten because I do not feel like that's fair. But in this case, it is a RPG that came out in December, so I'm not gonna beat it this year, and hell, I can't put it on the next year's list. So
I wonder what it is.
That's right, it's Flip Wars, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I'm farther behind in you, way farther behind in you in that game, but I feel like that might have kicked off Rabbids if I had more time with it. Because I'm 50 hours in, I love it.
Like that, you're 50 hours in.
No, wait, 30. I think I'm 30 because I'm.
Okay, yeah, because like I'm around like 36, I think, and
Yeah.
I'm ahead of you.
You're
There's
like
no
a
way
chapter.
50.
You're like a chapter or two ahead of me.
I played Xenoblade 1 for the 3DS, and I'm like, this is cool. And then I stopped for a while, and then I did that thing with RPGs where you stop for a while. I'm like, well, I don't remember how to play the game, so I'm either gonna restart or never play it again. I never played it again. If they re-release it for Switch, I'll probably give it another shot, but because I really liked it. Xenoblade X, fuck Xenoblade X, is a bad video game.
Hey.
I have a big gun, and I spent 30 hours in that game getting a mech that I didn't end up liking. So Xenoblade 2 was coming out, and I'm like, man, I don't fucking care. The characters look bad, the voice acting sounded horrible. I didn't give a shit. Game came out, and I'm like, hey Nick, buy me Xenoblade for Christmas.
Oh my god, yes.
And I pressured this man in for 2 weeks.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 weeks to buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for me. And he did it. And I played it. I'm like, this is a really good RPG. I'm a fan of this. Like there's a few things I don't like about it, like how blades, like each blade can only get like 4 moves. Which, I mean, I understand why, but I still like wish you could eventually get more and like just swap out.
Pyro doesn't wear enough clothes.
Pyro wears too much clothes. I really like the characters. All the characters I think are on par, except for the Nopon in Xenoblade 1. Ricky is still better. It's just a great game. I can't say too much about it because of spoilers, and I actually haven't beaten it yet, but I'm working on it. Like, I have it open on my Switch right now, and I'm gonna play it after we stop this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree. with everything. I didn't feel as comfortable because I'm not nearly as far as you are.
Is that true, Nick?
Great game. Yes.
Is that true? You don't feel comfortable at it because you haven't beat the game yet? Is that?
No, not because
Because you're not as far as me in the game. That still works, Nick. No, it's okay. Go on, Silver. What's yours?
God.
What's your report?
You
What
keep
a
making
piece
the
of
tongue
shit.
noises.
I had.
Go on, Silver.
My turn?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's time for me. Silver E.
Is it arms?
It's R!
Oh my god.
Let's talk about
It's,
arms.
It's number 4. You know, I'm a sucker. I'm like that little baby. You can just throw shiny keys in front of me. I'm good. Just give me a new Pokemon game. I'm fine. It's Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It didn't really change much compared to Sun and Moon, but I mean, I'm a sucker for a new Pokemon game. And especially with the post-game content in this one, this was the first Pokemon game that once I beat it, usually when I beat a Pokemon game, I'll just fuck around for 2 years. Like, I still haven't done the Team Flare side quest in X and Y. I haven't done any of the Ultra Beast stuff in Sun and Moon.
There's a Team Flare side quest in X and Y.
Yeah.
What?
It's like with Looker, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. I only did the Delta episode because I wanted Rayquaza. But this was the first one because they hyped up Rainbow Rocket so much that once I beat the game, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go fight Rainbow Rocket, and that was a ton of fun. The game was actually really challenging compared to other Pokemon games, which is like, holy shit.
Fuck. Like how I'm at like Aether Foundation, like fight Aether Foundation. How like does it get? I know like the Pokemon you fight, Necrozma, is fucking bullshit hard.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everyone's saying that. Here, another thing I really like about the game is the fact that they gave you a lot of Pokemon that you don't really get to use in games, like Zorua.
Yeah.
They give you Pokemon like that early. And the AI is too stupid. If you have Zorua disguised as a poison type like Arbok, which I also use, the AI thinks, oh, Arbok, it's a poison type, it's weak to Psychic, and they'll just only use Psychic attacks.
But real quick, my favorite moment in that game so far, when I was playing it and I was fighting Gladion, and I was talking with Silvery at the time, and I'm hitting this. I sent up my Mime Jr., which by the way is like level 50 right now, still a Mime Jr. And
Hell yeah.
And he sent out his Golbat, and I used Psychic. It's like not effective. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And Silver's like, what? My Psychic didn't hurt his Golbat. He's like, yeah, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, saying, you know, that doesn't make any sense. Does his Golbat have a? Oh, it's Zoroark. Like, just
Yeah, in terms of like the story and shit, it's one of the weakest Pokemon games. But in terms of like difficulty, the amount of Pokemon you have access to, and the amount of shit you can actually do in the game, I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Nick, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Sonic Mania.
Sonic Forces!
Sonic Mania, your favorite platformer?
Actually, man, listen, I know I was a little bit quick to jump the gun on that.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like I still hold
5
it.
days too quick.
I still hold it like really high. I go back to it just like I was on the plane and I was like, damn, I don't feel like playing Breath of the Wild anymore. I'm gonna play this game that I beat like 10 times already.
Undertale is my favorite turn-based RPG.
Oh my god. But yeah, like easily my most favorite Sonic game. The music, the passion, the fact that it's kind of funny that Sonic Team can't make a good Sonic game, but these guys can.
It's easy. Just put Mean Bean Machine in it. Like
Everyone just busts their load.
Like, I don't want to go on. Like, I literally made a video about it, but like the levels
Hey,
and everything.
speaking
so
of videos, you can watch that video right here. Click the card on the screen right now to go to Nintendo Nick's favorite 2D platformer of all time, Sonic Mania, the video.
I made that thumbnail.
Here's another link here for when he makes his
Stop.
Crash 2 review.
Stop. All right, but yeah, Sonic Mania. I love Sonic. I've always loved Sonic, but now I feel like it feels right to love Sonic because Sonic Mania exists.
I don't feel dirty anymore.
I don't feel dirty anymore.
I want a link where it just brings you to a dead website for that Crash 2 review.
Okay. Hunter, what's your 3rd favorite game of the year?
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so this is where we get to the point where you know what it's gonna be. All right, so number 3, Danganronpa V3.
Wow.
Man, that game makes you feel things like every Danganronpa does.
Does busting make you feel good?
Just don't ruin it. So, Danganronpa V3, I'm trying not to spoil too much of it.
What do you like about it, Hunter?
It's easy to tell you what I don't like about it. Everything about it is great except for some of the mini games during the trials. Basically, the game goes where you'll go around like having a good time, and then someone gets murdered. You have to do an investigation, then you do a trial to figure out who the person who was killed, and then once you figure that out, that person dies. It's hard to talk about without spoiling it because it's heavy story.
I guess I'm just gonna have to buy the game and play it.
Yeah, it's the second best or the best murder mystery game out there, if depending on what your opinions are on Phoenix Wright. I'd say it's on par.
Unless they Phoenix Wright.
No, it's fine. I say,
but I haven't played Danganronpa. So.
Yeah, the difference between me and Silvery, I've said, is if you ask us what our favorite murder mystery game was, I'd say Danganronpa. He'd say Phoenix Wright.
On Silvery's side,
there are two kinds of people in this world.
That's fine, Nick. You can be.
No,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's I understand it. Phoenix Wright's a great game, but Danganronpa though, dude.
I'm sure if I played it, I'd like it a fair amount.
It's fucking great. I'd say we should play it for the Bone Zone, but it would be bad if we played it for the Bone Zone.
Hell yeah.
That's a game you need to read.
Oh.
Yeah, there's not much I can really say on it, besides it.
You love the game.
I absolutely love the game. It has my favorite Danganronpa character of all the games, and there's a lot of characters, is in that one. The ending is kind of dumb, and it's also, they say it's the last Danganronpa, but the way I see it is the entire game is about lies.
So
the ending of the game could have been, so the ending of the game could have been a lie. Fucking Kokichi guy, his whole thing about lying, he's one of the most main characters because he fucking lies all the time. I don't know, it's good.
Good game.
You go ahead, Silvery. I have nothing else to say. But...
Alright, hey everybody, so great to be back in the spotlight. My name is the Silvery Rival. I run a channel called The Bone Zone with Hunter Stark.
Hey.
Just in case you guys forgot.
49%.
So, I'm looking at my list of games I actually played that I genuinely enjoyed, and it's Sonic Mania, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. And I'm like, this is Nick's list.
Yeah. I didn't even put Odyssey or Mania.
So I'm like, alright, time to think outside the box for games that I really liked that came out in 2017 that I know neither of you are going to talk about. So I'm going to stick with the theme of RPGs.
Ooh. Oh.
Let's talk about Miitopia.
Oh, dude. I almost put this over Resident Evil 7, I'll be honest.
I haven't beat it, but yeah, that game was fun as hell.
Okay, Miitopia. I think it's a very fun, very cute idea. I had a lot of fun putting my friends and also people who are not my friends into these wacky situations, having people like Hunter Stark as the Lord of Darkness. Which I'm pretty sure everyone who played that game, who knows you, put you as the Lord of Darkness.
Every single person.
I didn't.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, everyone else I know did it.
Well,
I had Nick was my warrior. I had Little John and Papa John on the same team. Frank Reynolds, Waluigi. It was just fucking. It was a trip.
it's fun.
Yeah.
That game's a trip. It's very cute, very fun, very funny, just because of how absurd it is. Especially when you get into the love triangle parts.
Mm-hmm. See, what I liked about it is I like to make the characters like actual people I know, but that are on my team. But everything else, like the love triangle shit and the prince, I'd made random people. I'd make the prince who's an asshole and stuck up himself Trump.
Is it my turn? It's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn, dude.
Okay,
Yeah, it's your turn.
this is where I'm gonna get a lot of shit, but I don't care because I love this game, and goddamn, it's Persona 5. Fucking.
Who's
You haven't
shit for this?
Beat the game yet.
Okay,
Nick.
that's my answer.
You want to get it all out right now? You want to get it all out right now?
Yes, Nick.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay, so Nick he has gotten all the characters just barely that are, I can't say, he got all the characters that are in your team for the rest of the game. So he's at that point. For some reason, he's 85 hours in. I don't know how he did that.
I probably fell asleep once or twice.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of time into that game. I know I did. I took
Here's
that
the
game
thing,
between
Nick.
houses.
Nick, Here's the thing. You do something in that game, it goes to the next day and progresses the story. There's not much you can do besides stand around and look at the scenery that will do that, you know?
I know.
So, anyway, you haven't gotten even to the major story parts of that game. And every single person who I have talked to, and I mean every person I've talked about this with, has been on my side of, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You haven't beat the game yet.
I enjoy.
Go ahead. You can enjoy all you want.
I fucking love that. It's not my number one. I didn't put it in my game of the year for a reason.
That doesn't matter. Like, I really like Cuphead. Haven't beat it yet, not putting it on.
I just came here to do a discussion.
Yeah, and I'm discussing right now.
Alright.
Alright,
You can say that, but I just, everything that I played now.
And one last thing, Yoshi's Island is not that good of a game.
Okay. You had to throw it in there. You had to throw it in there. God damn. But
that was genuinely very funny.
Just to wrap up my thoughts on Persona 5, I fucking love it. I love the soundtrack. I love its art style. I love its gameplay. Like, I haven't beat it yet, yes, but it's definitely like one of the most enjoyable times I've had with any game. Definitely with any JRPG. Like, fucking leaps and bounds. But I love the game so much that literally tonight I'm gonna start it all over again, so that way I can finally beat it.
You haven't finished it though.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna start all over again, so that way I'm gonna start over again because it's been a while, and I'm just like, fuck it, go in fresh new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help. I'm gonna play with them. So we're having a good time.
Maybe I should play.
Yeah, sure. You can watch.
Number 2 on the
I own
top
the
of
game.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, whatever. All right, number 2 for me.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, there are 2 games. I talked a lot earlier. A lot. There's 2 more spots. Figure out what they are. First one's number 2,
Flip
Nier
Wars.
Automata.
Shit.
Yeah, Flip Wars. That's number 1, buddy. Nier Automata is a sequel to Nier. Not a lot of people know that. I guarantee you, Nick would not know that. If I wasn't here,
I knew that.
For sure not. For sure. I'm sure I would have figured it out, but I wouldn't have known before the game came out. Yeah.
Silver would have.
Just because I have a really weird knowledge of video games.
I completely understand Silvery. But Nier is my 3rd favorite game ever. Like the first one. What do I think of Nier Automata? Gameplay, it's way better. Bounds better. Everything else Nier does better. Besides graphics, but that's not fair. It's not a better console.
It's not fair.
Even in the first Nier.
Ass isn't in though.
Yeah, no, there's an ass in the first Nier that's pretty good. We could talk about the first Nier another time. That will be an hour conversation about myself to myself. Now, Nier Automata, great gameplay. Yoko Taro, the guy who makes the Nier games, and Drakengard, he finally got a development team that listens to him and does what he says. Platinum Games. My favorite quote for him about that is, I don't have any trouble with them, so I started drinking again. And that helps him with creativity. Things I like about Nier Automata are the story is good. I don't like how it's just android robot. Oh, we're like humans to do emotions? It's kind of like that, but there's also other shit. Okay. But that's kind of the main point. Like literally the main character is called 2B. It's 2B or not to be. Which actually plays parts with like her name in later parts of the game.
Oh.
So that game has some cool shit with like the characters. There's 3 main characters. 2 of them are great. One of them is A2, which is just 2B, but kind of meaner.
It's not.
It's Pyre.
And she has longer hair. Oh, spoiler alert. So like that game has not been out long enough for you to say that shit, Nick.
Oh my god. I'll take it out then.
No, I don't give a shit. It does a lot of cool shit. I'm sounding like it's not that good. I'm disappointed that it's not
as good as the first.
But fuck, is it good? Like it's very fun to play. No, it's great. I fucking platinum.
I was gonna say that I imagine because that game came out a while ago and I never heard about it. I'm sure people, like you, are just ecstatic that it even has a sequel and that it's actually still really good.
It's not even ecstatic. It's more like, dude, Nier ends. Like, Silver knows the ending of Nier, I think, right?
Yeah.
It ends.
That's like the only thing I know about.
It ends solidly. Like, it is a conclusion. When a sequel was announced, I wasn't like, a new Nier game. I'm like, a new Nier game? Like, why? That's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm done now. On to Silver.
Well, okay, I gotta say 2 quick things real quick. I literally just ordered the game. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, I literally just ordered it.
Did I convince you?
No, I mean I was gonna do it, but like I was just like, let me do it right now.
While you're at it, can you order the first one?
Maybe.
No, order the first one.
Okay. Second thing, Silvery just sent me in a private DM a picture of a Hammer Bro for no reason. So do you want to go to your number 2, Silvery?
How are you gonna help me like that in front of everyone?
Go to your number 2.
Alright, my number 2 is Persona 5. I know I haven't played it, but no. I'm just teasing. We're having a good time here, everyone.
We're having a goof.
But speaking of games I haven't played, number 2 is a game that I've put almost 40 hours into that I have not played yet.
I'm sorry?
It's shoutouts to Hunter Stark for buying me this game. For actually going and buying me this game. And not just being like, is this a fucking joke?
He said he wanted it. I'm like, yeah, sure. But happy Kwanzaa.
It's WWE 2K18.
Oh my god.
This may have been the best investment I've put into someone.
This is the most fun I've had in a game without actually playing it.
You just make characters.
This game's got a story. This game's got a ton of famous wrestlers. I don't give a shit. You make your own and you make them fight each other. You make your own lore. It's fantastic. I have Hunter Stark there naturally.
Mm-hmm.
How come I'm not in there yet?
Hunter Stark and Western Hunter Stark. There's two.
Western Hunter Stark, which is just under wearing a vest
and a cowboy hat.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, my personal favorite character is Burn Victim Johnny.
The Burn Victim Johnny is very good.
I love
one of the new ones that I made that's becoming a fan favorite. And by fan favorite, I told one person about him, and he's like, "I like it." Is Captain Kill Me.
Captain Kill Me is pretty good. Fuck, I need to look at the characters you sent me a while ago. There's one of there I really liked.
Sad Squatch is fantastic.
Oh, Nick,
I'm always pulling for El Cactissimo.
El Cactissimo is really good, but
it's just a ton of fun. Also, I spent 2 hours making Wario and also making the biker outfit for him, and the game crashed. So,
oh yeah,
that's why it's only number 2.
So he has a character that has like Goku hair and like a red vest, and his name is Cage Ryu 71 Kage
Ryu.
Who?
It's Japanese for Shadow Dragon.
Why is the 719 there?
I'll tell you after the recording.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got the hair of Goku, the gloves of Ash Ketchum, the vest of One Piece,
One Piece,
Naruto, the pants of Naruto, the shoes of Bleach, and the wings of Fairy Tail.
All right.
Jesus Christ. I kind of want
this game. He's also
a
skinny, gangly, pale-skinned Asian kid who's the worst character stat-wise by like a mile.
I used to be the worst.
He's got a stat total of 54. Everyone else is averaging around the 70s. Anyway, I'll send you pictures of all these characters to use as reference.
All right, I'll put them up.
Oh, shout out to the Wobster, by the way.
Yeah, Wobster too. He's like the heel.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Anyway, try following that one up, bitch.
All right. I guess my number 2. Here's personally, it's very basic, I guess, but my number 2 is I've had a debate with my top 2 for so long, and I feel like in the future it's gonna change, but at least for right now I have to put in this order just because of time and how I feel. But number 2 is Super Mario Odyssey for me.
What?
Yeah. I just haven't put as much.
Gonna be an honorable mention again.
I haven't put as much time into it as Mario. Like as Zelda, I have 200 hours in. Like it's the game I've easily put the most amount of hours into this year, and like it can't be matched by anything else. Nearly.
Wait a second, Nick. Did you just give away your number 1?
Yes, I did. It's Zelda.
All right, we'll talk about both of them now. Now that there's no suspense.
All right, but I like Zelda's it's so fresh and new. I guess. Actually, let me talk about Odyssey first. Odyssey was a fucking just pure fun joyride the way through. It wasn't, I'd say, anything super new and refreshing, but it was everything just turned to a 10 for me.
Yeah, you know, because in old Mario games, you could totally throw a hat in a fucking bullet bill and turn into it. That's not new.
Yeah, no, okay, but new, like Breath of the Wild. Like this game, like it added its own new nuances,
Jump
obviously.
in this one.
But it was pretty much just like, for me personally, it was just, I don't know if it tops Galaxy for me just yet, but it's definitely number 2 at the very least on my favorite Mario game. But it's just like everything is just turned to a 10 for me. I'm typically not a fan I'm not the biggest Mario 64 fan. But I actually do enjoy Sunshine a lot. I don't know which one I prefer more, probably Mario 64, but I prefer the more linear ones. But this game just, like, I don't know, something about, like, it feeling actually a lot more open world with how, you can literally, the moons are everywhere. It's a lot more Banjo-Kazooie-esque, I guess. But I just enjoy it so much. It was literally pure fun from the beginning to the end. And, like, the only little complaints I have is, like, I wish maybe we got a little bit more content with the king. Like, I guess it was just me complaining a little bit. Like, we had things like the Cloud and the Rune Kingdom that pretty much just served as boss fight areas, and it was just like, oh, come on! I want to see those areas more. But that game, and like the motion controls a little bit were a pain in the ass. But other than that, the game was just a 10 out of 10 for me across the board. But I'll also go into my number 1 right now, which is Zelda. And that game just like, it blew me away in a different way in
This game blew me.
I literally felt like I've never played anything like that before, but like in that game it gave me a whole new experience, I feel. But at the same time, I have to say it's my favorite, like right now at least. But there are a couple more issues I have with the game, like with the story, with the combat. Honestly, kind of, I don't know how I feel about it.
Welcome to top 5 games of 2017, where we all talk about the shit we don't like, you know.
Like, yeah, I want to get out like what I don't like, because like it's like there's those little things that I think, like the world, it's very full and very big, and I feel like for the most part that world is actually dense and has stuff in it, but there are some parts that I think could be a little bit more filled. It feels like maybe there's like some areas that have a little bit too much walking with there being nothing around you, but for the most part it is very dense. I feel like it's this type of game that a Breath of the Wild 2 would just crank it up so much more, and it won't age as well, I think, as Odyssey, but I think Odyssey is the better game.
It absolutely will.
No,
I think
absolutely
Odyssey is clear and by bar none.
Nick, you know how people still play Morrowind?
Yeah, I know.
It'll age very well.
But I think Odyssey is just overall the better game, because there's a lot less things that I feel can be added to Odyssey, but not a lot I feel can be tweaked to perfect it, because I feel like a lot of it already is so top-notch. But Breath of the Wild, I feel like almost every aspect can be tweaked just a little bit, but I think Breath of the Wild's new factor of just really revitalizing, I know it's typical to say, but it really did something new for Zelda, and it was perfect for its time. I feel it's gonna be the next Ocarina, where people look back and they're like, this isn't as good, but really it's a thing of its time, of how amazing it was then. So I'm giving it to Breath of the Wild just for like how new and how much new stuff it does.
Ocarina still holds up.
Yeah, no, I think it does, but like people are gonna say that other games in the Zelda series are better featured because they can just be tweaked more. But I think, yeah, I love both the games. Like this debate going back and forth, I just put my foot down and said basically Zelda, because it was like such a big wow factor in a new way. But yeah, I can switch them back and forth and I wouldn't care.
Switch.
Okay, sorry about that, Rambo. You guys go on. What was your number 1?
Hunter, I wonder what yours is.
All right, well, first off, I'm gonna give off some honorable mentions.
Come on, man.
Give off some honorable mentions. You know, I think I should. Super Mario Odyssey and Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild are both pretty good. They didn't put up my top 5.
They didn't hold a candle.
Yeah, Splatoon 2 was good, but it's Splatoon 1, so I didn't feel like it was even, worth putting on there. Hat in Time, I'll be honest, I kind of had more fun playing Hat in Time than Odyssey. It was Hat in Time. It's really fun. I love Hat in Time. Odyssey's a better game, I'll say that. But yeah, Cuphead's really good. Haven't beaten it yet. Speaking of haven't beating games, just like Nick, Persona 5. Persona 5 is my game of the year.
Probably because you beat it.
No, not because I beat it, Nick. Because my favorite game I've ever played that actually touched me on an emotional level was Persona 4, and this is Persona 4 but better. So,
oh shit.
Persona 4 is still like up there above it because of bias reasons, but Persona 5 is just fucking good, right? The gameplay is great. Like they make turn-based fun. They have the whole fucking Persona and SMT style of the one more system, where if you do a thing that they're weak against, you get to go again. But this time you get a fucking gun. Old games in Persona, you didn't get a gun. This time you do, and that's cool. And since that was that gun, I think it's a 10 out of 10 game, and that's why it's Game of the Year. No, but really, a little story about Persona 4. When I first found out about it, I bought it. Last one I had at GameStop, kind of rare to find. For 5 days, I woke up, ate breakfast, played Persona, ate lunch, played Persona, ate dinner, played Persona, went to bed, and repeated that until I beat it. I fucking loved it. Persona 5, I had shit to do because it wasn't summer vacation, and it took a little bit longer. But that game's super fucking good. I don't really, again, want to say shit because Nick has to play it.
Yeah.
But around the 80 to 90, you're gonna fucking play it. Around the 80 to 75% point to the 90% point of that game, I really don't like the story. Like, they do something that doesn't make any sense. Which when me and Nick get there, I'll tell him. I'll go into detail on that.
Nick and I,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like before even like coming into 2017, I'm like, oh, Persona 5 is coming out this year. Well, that's the one, and it was the one. That's Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. I have nothing else really to say about it.
It's a great game.
It's Chrono Trigger is, I'd say, if anything, the perfect RPG. That is the second perfect RPG.
And now for the man, the myth, the legend, Silvery. What's your Game of the Year?
Hey guys, so good to be back here.
I wonder what it could possibly be.
Discussion. So my number one is actually a game that I don't think anyone expected. It's Mario Sports Superstars for the Nintendo.
Can you
3DS.
get out of my discussion right now?
What I really appreciate about that game is that it took everything good about Sports Mix and streamlined it into a singular entity, getting rid of all of the good shit that Sports Mix had. When am I gonna get another chance to talk about Mario Sports Superstars in a video?
Well, I might cut this out.
Don't cut that out. Anyway, it's so great to be back here, guys. Thanks again for once again letting me on the channel. My Twitter, as always, is @thesilveryrival, and you can also follow me on Twitch.
So you're gonna say the game
of
the
YouTube channel with Hunter Stark called The Bone Zone. My Game of the Year is entirely based on a joke, and it's a game that came out 25 years ago.
It's funny because it's
so. I asked Hunter one day. I don't remember. This was like in maybe like February or March.
Yeah, it was early.
I just asked him, "Hey Hunter, can we play Night Trap for the Bone Zone?" Just out of nowhere. He said, "If you can get this shit to record it, yeah." 1 week later, Limited Run Games announced, "Hey, it was Screaming Villains announced, we're doing Night Trap 25th anniversary. We're re-releasing it." And Limited Run Games said, "Oh, we're doing limited physical copies of it." And I'm like,
I remember. I texted you that Limited Run Games was doing it. You were so excited.
You didn't need to text me that. I'll figure it out on my own.
I mean, but
shit. So I'm like, well, fuck. Now we're playing Night Trap for the Bone Zone, baby. And I waited every single day. I waited for all the new updates. And they're like talking about, oh, we changed the interface, and everyone's like, oh, big deal. And I'm like, oh. And it's like, oh, we added a new theater mode, so that way you can just watch the movie instead of playing the game. It's like, huh. It's like all these updates. Night Trap is, I would say, out of every video game ever released, Night Trap is the most interesting to me. Just in terms of production and the controversy behind it. This game is incredibly fascinating.
I think your Game of the Year of 2017.
He's just talking about it. His Game of the Year is actually
it's still Mario Sports Superstars.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean,
oh, okay.
But yeah, the game, it's. I mean, as a game, it's all right. I really want to master that game, like that and Punch Out, because I feel like if I take that to like a potluck. And I show everyone, hey, I'm really good at Night Trap. So at least one of them's gonna want to suck my dick.
Oh my god. All right.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, okay. Go on.
No, you got to talk about like 6 games at once. I'm gonna get to fucking talk about Night Trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of Night Trap. It's got a lot of really cool achievements to it too. Like one of them is to watch the entire performance by the girls.
Oh yeah.
Night Trap. That's an achievement, which I think is really funny. You can get a game over just by listening to the scat team. By the way, Special Edition came with a little patch little scat team patch. That got sewn on my jean vest. If anyone doesn't know, I own a jean vest, and yes, I do look good in it. Thanks for asking. I'm trying to. There's definitely something else I wanted to say about Nitro. Oh, the limited run release came out August 11th. My birthday is August 12th, so I'm like, oh my god, this is meant to fucking be.
It was.
And I'm like, not everyone, but at least my parents were like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I want Night Trap, but you're not gonna get it for me. I got it. And I was at work, and I straight up told my boss, I'm like, hey, at 12 I need to buy something, and he's like, all right. And I sat there at 11:55 while I should have been doing my job, fucking on my phone, refreshing. It goes up, bam, fucking get that in the cart, PayPal that bitch, and then go on Twitter and just keep refreshing all the people who are like, oh, it was up for 2 minutes. Ugh. That's not fair. And all these people who are like, that's not fair. It was only up for like 2 minutes. This is bullshit. And I'm just sitting there reading my order confirmation like,
oh god, I'm happy for you.
With a fucking full-on erection.
Oh my goodness. Night Trap is the best game of 2017, I guess.
A couple of my honorable mentions for this year. Nah, I'm done.
Alright. I guess that's it. That's it for 2017. Honestly, fucking amazing year for video games. An amazing year with you guys. Even though this channel kind of died a little bit, I'm trying to bring it back. I'm actually gonna work on stuff, hopefully, and try to bring it back. I just kind of lost the juice, and I focused a little bit more on streaming. But
the juice is loose.
The juice is loose, and stuff will come back.
Gotta get juiced up
with this video. But yeah, that's it from me, Nick. Silvery?
I just wanted to say thank you all for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to your comments on the Crash 2 review.
Alright, and Hunter, you want to say anything else?
We should make a Bone Zone video. We haven't made one of those in like a month.
Alright. And that's it, guys. Till next time.